guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Justice League of America's Vibe. Before I start talking about this issue, just have a little update. So I do have Comic Uno episode 18 up, which will be annotated, and the exclusive comics for that show are Morning Glories issue 33, Invincible issue 106, Pandora issue 4, Green Lantern New Guardians issue 24, and Animal Man issue 24. So if you want to go check out those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 18. Let's talk about Justice League of America's Vibe issue 8. So let's talk about the cover. Pretty cool cover. You know, I've been really enjoying this series. It's a very under the radar series, which did get announced was getting canceled with issue 10, which is very disappointing, because it's actually one of my favorite under the radar series from DC and comic books in general right now, because it's always a lot of fun. Cisco is that under the radar character that a lot of people don't know about. If you haven't read Vibe yet, maybe when it does end, pick up the trade. I'm sure it'll be like in one trade or whatever, since it is a smaller series, because it's only 10 issues. But I do recommend you guys picking up and trade if you haven't, because it's a fun ride. So very cool cover. We get to see that Cisco's going up to his brother Dante, which we discovered about 2 issues ago, is still alive, and we'll see what's going on here. Very cool cover, and let's see if I like story. So in this issue, we get to see Cisco. He's hurt. I honestly don't remember exactly what happened with the last issue. I guess he did get hurt, and now his powers are oozing out because of it. And we do see his little cut here. It's towards it. Here is the perfect scene. You see that his energy is going out of his body, and he's going to all these different dimensions. And one of the bigger ones that he went to is the Amethyst dimension, which she had her own series for like 8 issues and got canceled. So if you guys remember her from that, she's been in the DC universe for a little while, especially in New 52, and it's even mentioned that she's in Justice League Dark, so I guess they want to reference her a little in this issue. But anyway, Cisco's going to all these different worlds because of his powers being cut open, and this is a great example of that. Look at that art. So we get to see that, and his brother Dante, or is it his brother, brings him to his world and says, look, this is why I brought you here, because the world is turning upside down because of you traveling all these different dimensions. It's ruining things, and look at our world. We need your help. And here's an example of how destroyed their world is. So we actually find out in the end that Cisco believes that, I think his name is Rapture, is lying to him. Which is his brother, saying, you know what, you wouldn't say these things if you were my brother. I don't believe you're my brother. And we find out that it isn't his brother. It's actually Gypsy's father. And the reason that he even took Cisco was to get Gypsy to help him, because Gypsy's kind of the key to help this whole entire dimension rift going on. Did I like this issue? I thought it was a good issue. I liked it a lot. You know, there's one excuse, I guess, in this issue that I didn't really like, was probably the Amethyst stuff, because I don't really know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Amethyst. You know, I didn't really love her series. I read the first issue, didn't really like her story. And it was pretty much half the issue going into our world, and I felt that was more of an excuse than, oh, we actually need to go into our world type thing. I don't think she was really a needed character here. And maybe just because I'm not really a big fan of hers, so it's kind of weird to have her in most of this issue. So I would say like the first half of this issue is a little all over the place, but then it really got itself together towards the end when we find out that this Rifter guy, or Rapture, is not actually Dante. It's not actually Cisco's brother, and it's related to Gypsy, which is very important, because Gypsy's been a main part of the series since issue 1, or at least there's been references of her since issue 1. So I think that's going to be a very interesting story as the series ends, and I really hope they wrap up this series and not just like, oh well, Vibe is over, we didn't know we were getting canceled. So I hope that they did know they were getting canceled and have it really become more of a, maybe a story arc type story, because I feel like that's what Vibe has been leading up to, is this Gypsy ending story. So if it does feel like a kind of like a mini-series, a 10-issue mini-series, I would be fine with that, because I think Vibe could be like a 10-issue mini-series. Would I want it to last longer? Definitely. I think it's a really good under the radar story where Vibe could have more story. But it is a shame that it is ending, but I think it's going in the right direction. I like the ending. The art was amazing in this issue also, which I've showed you a lot of the pages. But the coloring, the art was perfect here, and there's a lot of great scenes you could awe at and like, ooh, that's a great page. So that there's a lot of examples of that in this issue. So I do give it a 3.5. The first half is a little bit on the slow side, but towards the end it does pick up. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations, and don't forget to follow me on Facebook or like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations, and I'll see you guys later.